Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. Today, as you can already tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be doing a first impressions slash review slash wear test on the new Colourpop no filter foundation. That is what I have on my skin right now. So yeah, we're not gonna spend too much time on this intro because I'm very excited about this one. You guys know I love me some Colourpop. If you are new here, then you might not know, but I actually did have the chance to work with Colourpop on the shade extension for the no filter concealer. So my face is still currently up on the website, and so that was really exciting. I've always had a special place in my heart for Colourpop, so the fact that they now have foundations finally is so exciting. So yeah, I'm really excited to get into this and see if it's going to live up to the hype that I already have in my head, regardless of everybody else, for Colourpop. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Before we get started, if you are new here, thank you for tuning in, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button while you're here. Also, if you are oldie but a goodie, thank you so much for coming back, and I love you guys. But yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So I've already prepped my face, and as you can see, my eyes are already done. I know I'm gonna get some questions, so I'll just say it now. What's on my eyes is the Alamod Cosmetics. I got this in my glossy box. No, not glossy box, sorry, BoxyCharm box. So yeah, I really am enjoying that. But let's go into the star of the show. You guys know I'm so excited about this. So this is the Colourpop No Filter Foundation box. This is what it looks like. Make sure you can see it. And now I got two colors. I got Deep Dark 185 and Deep Dark 195. So funny story about this. One of the first people I saw in general that did a review on this, let alone a woman of color, was Ellery here on YouTube. Now Ellery and me are like usually the same color. My perfect match foundation is the Bobbi Brown foundation in Golden Almond, and essentially that was hers as well. So I knew that whatever she got would work, and she ended up using Deep Dark 195. But when Colourpop put out their like chart, and I'll maybe try to insert that somewhere on the screen, the closest color to like my Fenty foundation was Deep Dark 185. So I was really confused, so I ended up getting both, and that's why I got both. So this is what the bottle looks like. It is glass, and it does have a pump, which is exciting. I mean, I don't really care for glass bottles just because if you travel with them, they're easy to break, but I do love that it has a pump. Of course, it retails for $12, and I believe there is, let me see, 42 shades. So yeah, let's go ahead and just dive in and get to swatching. So I'm going to see which one is going to work for me. I'm gonna shake it up, and it is just a little watery. And this color here is Deep Dark 185. And that's what that looks like. That actually looks like it's going to be my color. And this is the Deep Dark 195. Yeah, so that one's definitely a lot darker. It's doable if I got a tan, like especially coming with the summer being here. I am going to most likely be able to use that color, but I am gonna go with Deep Dark 185. So I'm glad that I got that, which is really interesting. I'm not sure how Ellery was that dark of a color, but I am gonna do half my face with a sponge and half my face with a brush. So I have about 2 pumps right here. And I'm just going to use my Sonia Kashuk sponge. I'm just going to blend this in. And it's a little red, but not too bad. And that is what one layer looks like. And let me go ahead and do the other side with a brush. I'm using the Morphe E44 brush. Doesn't really have like a strong scent. And that's what that side looks like. I definitely feel like I get more of a matte finish on the brush side than I do the sponge side, which is obvious because the sponge is damp. But it's not like a full matte either. So I'm gonna go into the claims and everything once I finish my face, but I just wanted to see that. And I don't know if I would call this full coverage. It's more of like a medium coverage. I'm gonna go in with one more layer on to see if it is buildable as they say it is. Alright, and so that's what it's looking like so far. It is buildable. I think it can be buildable to full coverage. I don't know. I don't have like a super amount of acne scars to sit here and say that it covers so well. But for me, this would be on the fuller side, build it up. The first layer, I'd say like medium for sure. And it's definitely more dewy than I expected it to be, but not bad. The color is a little red, but it's definitely workable. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my concealer, which this isn't anything new. This is Deep Golden 60, and I'm assuming this is gonna go on beautifully just because it's probably meant to go with this. For the Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder, I actually ordered banana and they sent me translucent. I don't think you can see that, but that's what they sent me, is translucent. So that's what we're gonna attempt to today. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, that women of color, that have done the banana. So I guess this is a blessing in disguise, because now we'll be able to see if translucent actually works for darker skin complexions or not. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend out my concealer, and we are going to test out this translucent powder. All right, so as you can see, it is definitely a little white, but it's not as white as I thought it would be, to be honest with you. So I feel like it is doable, but let me go ahead and finish setting my face. So I'm gonna use, I did not get the pressed powders. They did come out with pressed powders, but I have enough pressed powders that I need to get through, and it didn't seem like it was anything that special. So I'm just gonna go ahead and set my face with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in number 3. I love this. All right, and this is what it's looking like. So, I mean, not bad actually. The under eyes and here are a little bright, but I mean, that's essentially what a lot of people want for like an everyday makeup. I don't think I would go for this color of the powder, but with this type of eye look, I think it probably works fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish off the rest of my face, and then I'll be back to kind of give you my final thoughts. And we are gonna do a wear test today, so I will try to keep this on as long as possible. So I'll be right back. All right, so this is the final look, and I am liking how everything came out. So just a few thoughts. If you are normally anywhere around my skin tone or colors, for reference, like I said, Bobbi Brown, let me get them out. Bobbi Brown Golden Almond is like my perfect shade. This is the only shade that I know that it's like perfect match. I'm also a G100 in Cover FX. Deep Dark 185 is definitely your color, my color. I think that color matches very, very well. And I'm actually very, very surprised about the Colourpop No Filter Setting Powder in Translucent. It is not as bad as I thought it would be. It's still a little bright, but if you are one of those people who does like full glam, full beat face, then if you're my skin tone, this will work for you. If you're lighter or even just a little bit darker, it will work for you. If you are not one of those people who does like that full glam, which I don't do on a daily basis, this is not something that I would set with. I personally did not bake with it. I pushed it into the skin, and I feel like I like the way that it came out. Yeah, I mean, as far as the setting goes, it's not creasing yet. It's very smooth underneath the eyes. Yeah, I really enjoy it actually. It's definitely not a matte foundation. As you can see, I'm already like kind of glowy, natural. I would say it's more of a natural satin finish, not matte at all. But yeah, I'm kind of liking it so far. So the time is now 9:58, so almost 10 o'clock. I've all had this on maybe about 30 to 45 minutes already, so I am gonna wear this for the rest of the day, and I will come back on here and we will see how it holds up. Okay guys, I am back. As you can see, the lashes have already came off. That's how you know it's real. I'm ready to take this makeup off already. The time is now 6:27. You can see that. So I've had this on for just over 8 hours, about 8.5 hours, and this is how it is held up. Now, it looks pretty good. I am definitely oily, as you can see, but here's what I will say. It is hot outside, but I will say the majority of my day has been spent inside in air conditioning, so this is not due to the heat. This is strictly how the foundation holds up, and it is pretty oily. So for a foundation that claims to be matte, this is definitely not matte at all. Not to say I don't like it, but it's not matte. So if you're going into this with extremely oily skin, you may not like this. You may want to wait until maybe the cooler months when you know, the heat plus your oily skin won't exacerbate it. But I mean, it held up pretty good. I didn't blot or anything like that. There are some little, like, I don't know if they're texture bumps or what they are, but I feel like they only, could just be in my head, and I'll maybe update you guys another time, but I feel like they appeared after I put on this foundation. So I don't know if this foundation is causing some type of like clogged pores. I'm not really sure what they are as of yet. There's like some here. I don't think you can see it on the camera, but there's some here, some on this side, and I don't remember them being there when I first put this on. So I'll have to kind of monitor that and let you guys know. I will wear this again. It is something that I would wear again. It's $12, you guys. So for the price, if you can find your shade, which there's so many shades, I think that's a good thing and a bad thing for some people, because some people, there's so many shades it's hard to choose, and some people, you know, you're kind of in between shades, but that's the beauty of it being $12. If this was a higher end foundation, I would probably say skip it, especially for my oily girls. My skin is oily, but because of my skincare routine, it has kind of been more balanced recently. Don't get me wrong, I still get oily, but it has kind of been more balanced where I'm just getting oily in my T-zone. So it's kind of becoming combination slash normal. But of course in the summer months it's even more oilier than normal. So that's definitely something. But I mean, I still think it held up. I will say this. Even though, yes, I'm oily, it did not break up at all. So I don't know if you guys remember when I did that Sunday Riley foundation, that broke up so bad around my face. It did not break up at all. It barely even settled into like my fine lines. Usually I'll have a line here already, and I don't have that. So it is really holding up. I feel like though, now that I've gotten oily and the day has progressed, this under eye translucent powder is definitely more prominent as bright. It is way more matte underneath my eyes, so I don't know if that's necessarily the pressed powder, or excuse me, the loose powder, or if that's the concealer, because if you're familiar with the No Filter concealer, you know that is a matte concealer. That's why I love it. It stays put all day, but underneath my eyes is essentially flawless. It did not really crease as much as it normally would on a day like this with over 8 hours of wear. It is still flawless underneath there. So I did email customer service about getting the banana one. They haven't responded back to me yet, so I think I won't be using the translucent again. I'll probably pass that on to somebody with a lighter complexion, not because it didn't work or anything like that. It's just like, as you can see, it's more prominent now, and that's not something I would use again. But once I get the banana, I think I'm gonna try that out. I think the loose setting powder is going to be a good favorite of mine, because I'm really enjoying it, definitely for the price. The foundation, like I said, it's a good foundation for $12. You really can't beat it. Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what else to say. Let me go ahead and blot and just see what it would look like, because I feel like even though it's oily, it would be a simple just blotting throughout the day once or twice and you'd be right back to normal. So let's see if that's the case. All right, and that's with blotting, and that's, I mean, to be honest with you, if I had just blotted just with that one, you know, little sheet, it would be right back to essentially where it first started. Like I said, except for the under eyes, that's really bothering me. So I would not use that translucent powder again. But the foundation itself, I think we have a winner on our hands, and I expect nothing less from Colourpop. I do hope that they come out with actually a matte foundation, because this is not it. But I think that this is going to be more suitable for a lot more skin types than a pure matte foundation like their concealer. Their concealer is truly like flawless matte finish, and I don't think a lot of people with drier under eyes would like that concealer or have liked that concealer, whereas this foundation, I think a lot of people, whether you're dry, combo, oily, I think it's workable and it would work for a lot more skin types. So yeah, I mean, everything stayed on really well throughout the day. Yeah, there's not really much else I can say. I definitely would recommend it. I definitely give it a thumbs up. I will continue to wear it, since of course this is just one day, and you know, see how my skin reacts with it, make sure it's not like clogging any pores or anything like that. But if you are looking for a go ahead from me, I definitely say go ahead and grab it. Yeah, so that is it for today's video. If you guys liked it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time, guys, bye.